What I thought I'd do tonight is talk a little bit about the world of innovation as I see it, particularly as it relates to the United States these days. One of the things that worries us the most when we look at this new world is those damn test scores. You know what I mean. Every few years, we hear about a new international test in which the United States has done very badly compared to, say, China or South Korea or Singapore. And it's true. The United States has never really tested that well in these kinds of international competitions from 1964 onwards. But what have you noticed about the world of innovation, science, technology, entrepreneurship for the last 40 or 50 years? What country has dominated the field? What country has led the world in science, technology, innovation, entrepreneurship? It's been the United States. So there's something going on here that we don't understand. What is it? Well, probably it is having a dynamic, flexible economy in which people can move, can shift jobs, companies can hire and fire quickly, that inherent dynamism and flexibility. Having a culture that is non-hierarchical. The ability to have a culture of disrespect, to actually disagree, and for it not to be career-ending is an enormous advantage that cultures like the United States and Sweden and Israel have. There is this extraordinary creativity that these cultures have, and in particular that the United States has. That understanding of technology as being broader than just the machine, of innovation as being broader than just a narrowly business orientation, is what I think has allowed a country like the United States to innovate, to dominate. It's also true, of course, that you need to think long-term. You need to invest in a long-term sense. If you think about the United States in historical terms, what is striking about this country more than anything else is the ability to fail. Almost any other place in the world you go to, if you fail, you are ruined. You are ruined not just financially, but you're ruined in a cultural sense. You have that mark of failure that's placed upon you. That just isn't true in America. I think that America is perfectly positioned for this new age that we are entering into, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because the two greatest forces that have shaped the world over the last 20 years have just gone into hyperdrive. Those two forces are technology and globalization. If you look at technology, what you are beginning to see is a process in which software is invading every aspect of our lives. Computing power is now working off an enormous base. You already have supercomputers in your pocket, and they are going to start doubling and doubling and doubling again in power. So it's impossible to really tell what it means when you have that much computing power that is available to those many people. The whole world is getting in on the act, and you're going to have hundreds of millions of people who have the capacity to innovate, to think, to invent, to produce, to consume, to dream, to compose. And that reality is going to produce consequences that we cannot even begin to imagine. The United States has the best deck of cards any country could want. We have the most dynamic economy in the world. We have the greatest technology in the world. We have the most demographically vibrant, rich country in the world. So the most important thing for us to do is to embrace them, to recognize that every one of these challenges is an opportunity, to think optimistically, and to recognize that at the end of the day, the United States has been able to take advantage of the extraordinary winds of technology, the extraordinary winds of globalization, to innovate and to find ways to be the master of these trends and not to be the victim. You have to think broadly. You have to think clearly. You have to think disrespectfully. You have to think collaboratively. But above all, you have to think optimistically. Thank you all very much.